Now, despite the toxic environment in Delhi, air quality in the severe category, there was a marathon for children today. This was a Children's Day special, which was organized this morning. Hundreds of children participated, running in this marathon outdoors with no masks, exposed to this toxic air. It is appalling. On one hand, you have schools that have been shut as per instruction by the Supreme Court for 2 days because of the pollution levels. But on the other end, there is this NGO, Prayas, which organized a run for children to celebrate Children's Day, making children run out in the air.
रन को हम लोगों ने एकदम शॉर्ट कर दिया, सिंबॉलिक रन था। बहुत थोड़े से दूर दौड़ के वापस बच्चे आ गए, लेकिन असल कार्यक्रम जो है ये सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम है, जिसकी तैयारी बच्चे महीनों से करते हैं और वो बाल दिवस के दिन ही प्रोग्राम होता है। और ऐसी इमरजेंसी की बात हम लोगों को कल तक नहीं पता थी कि कल तक होगा, और जितनी संस्थाएं यहाँ आई हैं वो अपने आप आए हैं और वो हर साल आते हैं।
Our correspondent Ayushman is getting us further inputs here on this. Ayushman, this is of course to mark a special date today, but it is against the best interest of the children. It's as simple as that. That an NGO such as Prayas, though well-meaning for the children, has made a huge mistake today.
Yes, in fact, if you see the statement from the NGO, they are saying that they were not expecting the air quality to go down this further. But yesterday till evening also, we contacted the organizers and they said that they were planning to see as to how this can be executed. And they were indeed, they were saying that the chief guests are expected to come. The political leaders were expected to come as chief guests. That did not happen. But the children ran. Now, that is a surprising aspect because this was a run for children. And at a time when EPC has said that children cannot step outside, why this run was organized in first place? These people are saying that this was done for a shorter distance, but even that is also prohibited as per EPC order because the schools have been closed down. The second aspect is at a time in the morning when the air quality index was already 400 to 430 in that area where the students were running. Why was this happening? There are several questions that the NGO needs to answer because this program was scheduled and it was expected that it will happen. And the EPCA's advisory, its directive came right in the evening at 7 o'clock. So if they would have wanted, they would have rescheduled it, but they did not do it.
Yes, stay with us, Ayushman. We were also taking into account as far as the odd-even scheme here is concerned. While we are forced to breathe in poisonous air, states have failed to curb several factors that have led to this pollution. This includes garbage dumping, this includes unregulated construction, and this includes stubble burning. The Supreme Court mandated panel, as Ayushman was referring to, had ordered for schools in the Delhi NCR region to remain shut today and tomorrow. The Delhi government, on the other end, is continuing with the odd-even scheme. Being the second last day of these restrictions, nearly 4,000 challans have already been issued in this 10-day period. Now, there is a hearing of a plea against the odd-even scheme, but the Supreme Court has now asked the Delhi government to provide data, and this is to scrutinize figures to exactly ascertain the real impact of the scheme on air quality, whether it actually helps on ground or not. Ayushman, looking at the AQI figures today and the fact that the AQI figures have further peaked despite odd-even scheme continuing on ground.
Sir, to understand the odd even and the AQI, the experts say that unless and until the wind speed increases and the temperature which is currently prevailing in the national capital, the odd even will have a far little impact because the wind speed is zero. The particulate matter are hovering over, so they are not really moving. So that is why the AQI is depleting with every passing day. The odd even, on the other hand, it is the second last day. In the first initial phase, if you see, the winds were there, and that is why we saw a dip in the number. Now that has stopped. The authorities feel, and the IMD has said this, that this will continue for some time. So the odd even is responsible for checking the vehicular pollution that happens, and that too only 50%. So it is, if you take the entire quantum, it comes a very small aspect. It becomes a very small aspect, and that small aspect is, at this point of time, it is also very significant here. So definitely the experts or the authorities in the IITM, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, feel that if odd even would not have been there, situation would have been much grimmer. But definitely the far-reaching impact can only be seen once the wind blows in the national capital, once the weather condition improves in the national capital.
Ayushman, thanks for getting us those details.